Good morning everyone and welcome to Georgia. Georgia shares a land border with Russia. So my plan of action for today is to head as far north as possible until I reach the Russian border. I'm currently in Gori, which is a city which is relatively far north in Georgia, which is actually the hometown of Joseph Stalin. And my journey is far from efficient or ideal. So I have to go further south to the capital, Tbilisi, and then I have to go back up north, right up to the border. And I have to do all of that on these old Soviet-style minibuses. So far from ideal, but the end journey makes it all worthwhile. Today is the day I finally get to see Russia in person. So I've just arrived at the Gori bus station. This is it. So the marshrutka is this thing in the back. So I've just paid for a ticket in this little cash box, which cost 5 Georgian lari, which is less than €2 for an hour and a half drive. Not bad at all. Doesn't look very comfortable. So I think they basically just wait until this fills, and whenever that does, we head off. So let's go grab a seat. Well, that was fun. I was sat near the back above one of the wheels, so the floor was kind of elevated, so I had to hold my knees to my chest, and then because it was so busy I had to have my backpack on top of my knees, which were like basically up to my chin. An hour and a half of that, and there was someone very, very close to me, but all part of the travel experience. So now I'm at some bus station. I have no idea how to navigate this. I mean, look how many of them there are around. I've officially found a sign to Kazbegi on a marshrutka, which is such a relief. It's been such a stressful mission trying to find that. I've been asking locals for directions and they always direct me to their car, and I discover that they are a taxi driver. And then yeah, the price is just quoted 5 times more than I know what it is. So that's been annoying. It's been so difficult, but then eventually some guy I think just felt sorry for me and pointed towards a big sign saying Kazbegi. So here I am. I made it. The vehicle is directly ahead of me. One in the middle. And apparently it's going to leave in about 15 minutes. I don't know how it works. I don't know if they wait for it to get crammed or whether they just accept that it's a small rural town that I'm going to and leave roughly every 30 to 40 minutes. Yeah, we'll find out. This drive is absolutely terrifying. We've almost crashed about 10 times, and the roads are like the side of a cliff for the majority of it. However, we're just up for a quick break and it looks absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look. I have officially made it to Kazbegi. The drive was beautiful, a few near-death experiences along the way, but no major complaints. This town looks lovely, so let's give you a quick little tour. So there's a hike that you can do right to the top of this mountain here. And there's a church at the top, an iconic church, very famous in Georgia. I want to get up there. I don't know if I have the right equipment to be hiking in this temperature, to be honest, but we'll see. If not, I think you can get a 4x4 to drive you up and enjoy the views. So first of all, I need to figure out where my hotel is, and then I'll figure out a plan of action to explore this place. This is what €30 gets you for one night in Kazbegi. Let's take a look. So the bed looks lovely and the view is insane, which I'll just show you now. So the plan of action, I'm just going to drop my bag off very quickly and get up those mountains. So there's a peak which I'll point out now. Just here. That's Gergeti Trinity Church. So it's an iconic church in Georgia, and you overlook the Kazbegi mountain. So we're going to get up there shortly. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. It's freezing at the moment, and it's cold, wet, sorry, and yeah, just a bit foggy. It's also raining ever so slightly, so I'm going to dress up warm, get into town, and figure out a way up the mountain. Let's go explore. As soon as I left the room, the weather just turned. So as you can see, there's such low visibility at the moment. It became a lot colder and raining quite heavily. So I've paused my plans for the moment. I have a few options, I guess. Number one is wait it out. Hopefully the weather clears and then head up there afterwards. Option number two is to commit and just get up there anyway, but I think based on what you guys can see behind me there, the visibility is going to be absolutely zero at the top of the mountain. You can't even see the church, so can't imagine you'll see much. Option number three is hold off until the morning and hope that it's far more clear tomorrow, but yeah, there's just that risk that it'll be the same tomorrow. So I checked the weather forecast and it does look a lot clearer tomorrow, but it is a lot colder and it most probably will be snowing. But yeah, visibility is my priority, so if I have to go up there and shiver in the snow, that's fine, as long as I can see the end goal. So I think I'll probably do that, but in the meantime, I'm just gonna hang out, wait, watch, and see what the weather turns out is. So for now, just grab myself a beer. Just gonna wait. So yeah, solution to all problems: grab a beer, wait it out. I've just been inside, had a couple of beers, quick bit of food, been waiting for this weather to hopefully clear up, then put my warm clothes back on. Now I'm back outside. So two things worth noting. First of all, if anything, the weather conditions look even worse. Let's take a look. Far from ideal, and also this hat absolutely stinks. So it rained on it quite excessively. Now it smells like a wet dog. Bought this in Gory yesterday. Those of you who haven't watched my video, yeah, picked it up in Stalin's hometown in my last video yesterday. And it smells already. I'm gutted. I've just finished up at the supermarket. I got brie, I got salami, I got crackers, and I got a bag of Haribo on top of the 2.5 litres of beer, and that cost me €6. I love this country. Anyway, and weather update. The mountains are no longer visible. Like, I actually can't see any evidence of them existing. So it's only got worse as the day has gone on, so it's going to have to be tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. The weather is exactly as expected, so it's completely cleared up and it snowed pretty heavily, so the forecast is pretty spot on. I mean, look at how beautiful the mountains look. And the view from my hotel, so the hotel's just here, I'm just checking out. So the view is directly ahead, which looks incredible. It couldn't be more clear. So my plan of action is to head into town, try and find a ride up the hill if I can. I wonder what the roads are like in these conditions. I don't particularly want to be hiking in jeans and snow. So yeah, definitely get a ride up if I can. I'm officially at the top. it looks incredible. I would show you, but the sun glare will be unbelievable, I think. I'll have to check that out on the way back out. Hopefully the sun has risen a little bit more. Anyway, the entrance is here. Let's get inside. Okay, so I ventured from the church and I've headed slightly north. You can just see the church in the distance here. So, a bit of geography. The church is obviously behind me. I've got the town here, and then I'm looking directly north, which I will show you. It's just behind me. So I'm trying to piece together the border, but it's essentially the mountain ridgeline, which I'll show you. So from the town that I'm staying in, there's a road that goes directly north right up to the border checkpoint, and either side of that border is two large mountains, and yeah, that's the only really entryway between the two countries. So you can see those two mountains here now, which is so fascinating. So obviously this is the one on the left, this is the one on the right. So if you venture through there, you've just got Russia in the distance. Beautiful. I won't be able to capture it on the camera, I don't think, but there's a very beautiful peak right in the distance. I'll just try and point it out. It's just here. It looks incredible. Russia. I don't know why I'm so excited about seeing Russia in person for the first time. I think it's because I've wanted to do it for so many years. I've always wanted to do the Trans-Siberian Railway, which is a railway from west to east, and just do all of the country, particularly Siberia. But yeah, it's just a trip I've never got around to doing, and I feel like right now probably not the best time to do it. So this will have to be me in the short term, just enjoying the beauty from afar. My journey in Kazbegi has come to an end. I was really worried that I wasn't going to get up to the church, but thankfully the weather pulled through, and it's been an incredible morning. I mean, the weather couldn't be more clear, and the views did not disappoint. I would have enjoyed getting closer to the border. I did do some research beforehand, and apparently there are signposted paths and hiking paths to go really close up to the border, so that was my goal, but I saw nothing of the sort when I was up there. But no complaints. Kazbegi as a place and as a viewpoint was sufficient enough, so I leave here with a smile on my face.